British people so obsessed with Americans?
Oh my god, can you make a picture of me?
Why? Wait.
Because of
What?
it's a yellow squad.
I'm a Brit living in America, and I want to tell you my favorite things about this country.
Oh, I want to live in America so bad. I want to live in America so flipping bad.
Somewhere in Ireland right now, a woman is standing in front of Ben Mountain, one of the most photographed peaks in the country, and she can't bring herself to call it a mountain anymore. Not after America. Not after what it did to the way she sees the entire world.
We are currently on a hike in Ireland.
In Ireland,
where are we?
Sligo, and this is the Ben Bulben Forest Walk. It's about 5.5 kilometres long. We've got Ben Bulben Mountain in the background, the sun's shining, blue skies are coming out. It's so beautiful. Highly recommend doing this walk. Have a look at this mountain, how cool that is. Look at Ben Bulben, the mountain. Look how cool that looks. Look at that. Look at that mountain.
Right behind us, look at the view. Look at that, man. That's incredible. Absolutely beautiful.
I will always say that Ireland would be so much more busier and so many more tourists if the sun shone more. So in a way, it's probably a good thing that the sun doesn't shine all the way, right?
Otherwise it would be packed.
Otherwise it would be packed and it wouldn't be able to move because it's such a small country.
It's lovely.
It's beautiful though in the sun. I honestly brought the wrong clothes. Like, it's really hot, isn't it, James? James?
No.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
I'm looking for a stick.
Where are you going?
I'm looking for a hiking stick, man. Find it.
Be careful.
But to understand how she got there, we have to go back to before she'd even booked a flight. For some women, it starts as pure longing, no ticket, no itinerary, just a feeling they can't shake.
Here are the reasons why my husband and I are moving back to America from England. I moved to England 3.5 years ago to be with my husband. He is English. He has never lived in America, but he has been a million times, so he is very on board with moving to America. The first one is the weather, okay? The weather in England is so bad, and I don't care what anyone says. It is so terrible, especially this summer. And I've said this before in previous videos, and English people literally come for me, and they're like, it's not that bad. Like, it's better down south. I'm like, okay, maybe it's a little bit better down south, like warmer or whatever, but it's still shit. I grew up on water, on lakes, on boats, and you just don't get that here. And I miss it so much. I miss just having a summer knowing it's gonna be nice and warm, because here you just do not get that. Number two is you obviously make more money in America. And so many people are also gonna be like, oh, it's not all about money. Well, a little bit, I guess, because what my husband does here, he has a great job, works for a great company, makes good money, but in America, to do his job, he will be making like 5 times more. And I'm sorry, you just can't pass that up. The next one is I have always wanted to buy a plot of land and build my dream house from start to finish, pick everything out myself, just make it my dream home. And in England, you cannot do that. You don't just buy a plot of land and build a house. You have to buy the shittiest house on the street and then renovate it, and more power too if you want to do that, but that is my worst nightmare. Like, no motherfucking thank you. I just want to buy 10 acres and build my dream house. And I also want to have like a little farm, okay? I probably won't be doing that, that's a lie, but like if I could, I would. Last one, and people are gonna come for me, I think there's just a better quality of life in America. People are nicer and more positive. I think people in England are just more like stagnant in their lives. Not everyone. I'm not speaking for everyone in England, okay? But a lot of people that I meet. And when I say people are nicer in America, I'm not kidding. Like, I see so many TikToks of like English people being like, Americans are too happy, like they're too friendly. And I'm like, if you're getting mad at someone for being too friendly, like that makes no sense to me. But I just want to be like in my neighborhood and be like, hi Stacy, hi John, like walking and everyone's like greeting each other. I don't care if it's fake. I miss that. And that is why I want to move back to America.
America, what have you done to me? You have completely changed my perception of the world in the best way possible. After traveling around the US for many, many weeks in an RV, I saw some of the most beautiful sights I have ever seen in my whole entire life, okay? Like, I was mesmerized the whole time. I had the time of my life. Now, it seems that when I go to other places or new places, I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's beautiful, but it just doesn't compare to what I saw in the US. Of course, I appreciate everywhere I go. I absolutely love nature. I love being surrounded by nature. I love everything about it. But again, as I said, America is just different. It's just different. For example, I'm currently in Ireland. Absolutely love it here. It's beautiful. Green fields everywhere. Country lanes, so quiet. Absolutely stunning. That over there Let me zoom in for you. That's a mountain, okay? That's Bend Mountain. Now, ever since I've been to the US, that now looks like a hill to me. It doesn't look as big as the mountains you guys have in America. I'm not saying it's not beautiful, it's lovely, it's absolutely stunning, but it doesn't compare to the mountains in America. It just makes me even more excited to come back, visit the US, do some more road tripping, and hopefully, eventually, maybe, move there one day.
One woman, lying in bed with nothing planned, kept repeating it out loud like she was trying to manifest it. She wanted to live in America so badly, she could barely explain why.
Be in the States will make sense eventually.
Another woman made the decision differently. She booked a solo trip, her first time ever traveling alone, choosing New York City to, in her words, rewrite a story that hadn't gone the way she wanted the first time around. Then they landed, and the first 24 hours did something neither of them expected. A Scottish woman living in Amsterdam, on day one in Utah, noticed the cars first, how massive they were compared to home.
Guys, I've never seen something like this before. This truck behind me is way bigger than I am. I never saw something like that. Because I'm just a European girl, you just look at it. Oh my god.
Her Apple Pay didn't work, so she had to dig out a physical card. But what actually stopped her was the compliments. 5 separate strangers stopped her that day just to tell her they liked her jacket.
First impressions of America from a Scottish girl living in Amsterdam who's never visited America before. Cars are absolutely massive. My Apple Pay does not work here, so I've had to use my credit card. Everybody is not only very chatty, but very complimentary as well. I'm starting to wonder if Americans have never seen a little cropped brown fur coat before. I'm actually not kidding when I say I've had 5 compliments on it. 5 different people have come up to me to say I like your jacket. Everybody seems like so genuinely nice and friendly and happy. It's very refreshing.
A Finnish woman, 1 week into living in LA, described something similar but softer. An overwhelming, almost disorienting kindness.
Okay, so here's my quick first impression on living in the US. I arrived to LA exactly a week ago, and this is my experience so far. First of all, people. They have been so amazing to me. Like, they're so kind, open, generous, and just there's this really positive energy overall that I really love about the people here. Hi. The people at my new job are just so open and welcoming, and I don't think I've ever felt this welcome at a new job, and I feel so happy to be here. Whoever I meet on the streets, like whether it's an Uber driver or a cashier or just someone, like everybody's just so positive. First time I went for a walk, after 2 minutes, some teenage boy just like waved at me. It was like, "Hi, good morning," and I'm like, that literally has never happened to me in Finland, ever. And I love that. I just still need to learn to do a little bit of small talk. That doesn't really come that naturally for me. I kind of got scolded a little bit at Trader Joe's because I went to just ask for directions to the tofu shelf, and the person was kind of like, yeah, okay, just come on, like follow me, and also, good morning, how are you? And I'm like, yeah, sorry, good morning, how are you? Where's the tofu? I have like a million other things that I could share, but I'm running out of time.
There's something I deeply love with the Americans is their mindset of, we don't care, do whatever you want. If you want to dress a certain way, go for it. If you want to start a project, go for it. If you want to pass a car on the right, you can do it. And it's something that personally is helping me to heal, because when you're used to shrink yourself and you arrive in the US and you discover this space to just be yourself and do whatever you want, it's so refreshing. Even wearing this stupid thing is something that I'm just like, yeah, cool. And as an American, you can say, yeah, she's just wearing something like that, and what's wrong? But a French would see this and would be like, what is wrong with you? You look ridiculous.
3 Japanese women living in Chicago described the gap between expectation and reality in their own way.
What are your names?
Claire, Mihiro, Momo.
Where are you guys from?
Japan.
Would you guys mind just speaking some Japanese for the camera?
こんにちは、クレアです。よろしくお願いします。 Konnichiwa, Mihiro desu. Onegaishimasu. Konnichiwa, Momo desu.
Before you arrived here in the US, what was kind of your expectation of what the US was like?
Something like in the movies, like La La Land.
Like building was beautiful. It's really strict in Japan, so we don't have to care too much and just be myself.
That was your expectation, right? But when you got here, did it actually align with your expectations?
For me, it was true. I feel really comfortable.
I was really surprised that everybody is really individual. I thought everybody was friendly, but if I don't talk to them, nobody's gonna talk to me.
Building and architecture was beautiful, like very different from Japan.
The thing about US is nobody expects about like how you look. In Japan, everybody expects to be pretty and like there's so much makeup products, but in the US, I don't feel uncomfortable when I don't wear makeup on. I really enjoy that.
In Japan, we have to be slim. We care about the fashion, makeup, but in the US, everybody says, you look pretty. Where did you buy this clothes? Like many compliments. Yeah, never in Japan. I love this culture in the US. Style of greeting is very nice. Have a nice day, or you look pretty. Japan has no culture like that.
She said Japan doesn't really have a culture of greeting people with "have a nice day" or telling a stranger they look pretty. America, she said, does. Underneath all of it, one theme kept surfacing again and again: safety. One woman, for years into living in the US, said she genuinely doesn't understand the narrative that America isn't safe.
You know why I feel so happy in the US? I can express myself in every aspect. The way I speak, the way I dress, the way I walk, even like in my business, in my project, in my creativity, I can just be me. And you know, like I went to the doctor and I have this diagnosis and I'm like, fuck this. And it's the consequences of what happens when you have to shrink, when you cannot express yourself, when you just have to check some boxes because you have to be that way or that way, and you cannot just be yourself, express yourself fully. When you feel that you're living in a cage, and this is what happens. I'm sorry, I love my country so much, but there's something that feels so off. 2 days ago, I was walking, and I had a shirt and I was not wearing bra because I don't need a bra and that's fucking it, and I don't need any justification. But people were just looking at me as if I was a problem, because that's the reality. When you walk here, people, they judge you. If you dare to dream too big or just to dream, it's not allowed. It's not allowed. You cannot really express yourself. And of course it exists also in the US. You have to check some boxes because in the end, it's the cutest, the skinniest and things like that. Like, I'm talking to women especially who are going to win, but in the end, yes, in the US, I can breathe. I can breathe there, and I don't feel this competition as much like with women as much as I can feel it here in France. That's why I love the US so much, and I don't fucking care about what other thinks about the US, because even myself, I was like full of cliche before moving to the US, but then I moved there and I fell in love there. It was never my dream, but damn, it changed me so much. It changed me so much, and I'm deeply, deeply grateful for everything that happened in my life that brought me there. Damn, I love the US so much.
When I hear that America is not safe, I really don't understand that, because since we arrived here, it's been almost 4 years, and I've never felt more safer than here. I can leave my car open. I once left my house open and nothing happened, or sometimes I just leave some stuff outside and then I come back after like 15 or 20 or half an hour there and no one took it. You know how different it is in the rest of the world? Like Americans, you don't even realize that you can't leave stuff in your car. You can't leave your laptop in the car or your phone in the car, otherwise it will get someone will get into it and take it. You just don't realize, probably. Yes, there are some school shootings and something else, but it is safe here. People don't steal stuff as much as they do in Europe, for example. If you travel to Europe, oh my gosh, you have to be very careful.
You know what I absolutely love about the US is that when I'm even alone somewhere, I never truly feel alone. I feel like I can talk to anyone and befriend anyone, and there's such a strong community feeling to it, which I really like.
She's left her car unlocked. She left her entire house open once by accident and came back to find nothing had been touched. Then there was the compliment culture itself, which came up over and over, almost like it was the single most disorienting part of the entire experience.
Americans, your country is so beautiful. Mother Nature really is doing her thing right now. Can you see this view behind me? America is so beautiful, especially in the fall. We're currently in the Great Smoky Mountains, and I really understand why they now call it America the Beautiful. Look at this place, honestly. What is going on? There's like an explosion of colors right now. This place is stunning. The only thing I am praying for right now is that we see a bear. Guys, we haven't seen a bear yet. James and I have not seen a bear. Are we gonna see one here? We just came from Gatlinburg and we're making our way over the mountain. I haven't seen a bear and I wanna see a bear. But anyway, this view, what I'm surrounded by right now, is just like, I'm taken away. I'm breathtaking. Look at this view right now. Jeez.
A British woman described being stopped by a stranger in Los Angeles, a young girl who simply walked up and told her she was pretty.
So American compliment culture is so intense that I don't know what to do with myself, but I love it. A couple of months ago when I was in Los Angeles, a young girl came up to me and said, "You're so pretty." And I almost died from the sweetness. In London, people don't just randomly compliment you. It's very rare unless they're drunk or something. But here in the US, it's like a regular thing. It's like you're looking for some way to just make this person's day. And it's so specific as well. Like, "I love your hair," or "I love your t-shirt," "Your smile is beautiful." Like real thoughtful observations, not something generic. I'm trying to adopt this because it certainly makes my day and I want to make someone else's day. The British in me is like, don't be weird, but my heart is like, spread the joy. Americans really said, let's make strangers feel amazing. Is this something that you do often? Are you used to it? Do you notice when you do it? I'm so curious.
In London, that kind of thing just doesn't happen unless someone's had a few drinks. She noticed something else too. The compliments in America tend to be specific. Not just "you look nice," but "I love your hair," or "your smile is beautiful." She admitted her instinct was to think it was strange, but she'd started trying to do it herself because it clearly made people's day. For the woman who'd been in the US for almost a decade, the ending looked different.
I'm a Brit living in America and I want to tell you my favorite things about this country. So the first one is the big roads and the big trucks, and everything's just bigger and better here. In England, we have these tiny little roads and you feel like pretty restricted. Second is the free refills, like coffee, soda, anything you want is refillable, and also the portions are huge and it feels like everything's in abundance here. Like in England, I feel like everything's so teeny tiny. Everything feels like you are in a movie. Even like the police, they're like movie stars. Maybe it's an LA thing. Everywhere you look, you've seen things in a movie, like fire hydrants. The way that Americans wake up and they like instantly mow the lawn. I feel like I should have said this first, but it's the people. They are the most enthusiastic, friendly, kind, supportive people. I love the British accent, even though they ask if I'm from Australia. It makes my day to like be with Americans. Like, they are just so nice and they get a bad rep for being fake. A lot of people in England say that, but that is so far from the truth. So another one is the convenience here. Like, if you need something, it's so easy to find, and a lot of things are way more available in America, especially LA, than they are in England. You can like get things delivered so easily. It feels like you're living in the future. LA specifically, I guess, is like ahead of the times. I have a car that self-drives. It just feels like there's endless possibilities. The service here is amazing. So if you want to go and get your nails done, you get a treatment, or you're going to a restaurant, I know that like tipping is a thing, obviously, but it is so good because you know that they're going to try really hard to do a good job. And in England, you just don't know. It's kind of like a hit or miss. It's not really a thing to tip, I guess, so I get that. But the servers at restaurants don't put in a lot of effort because obviously then they're not getting tipped. I love that you can just drive wherever you want. Like I could literally get in my car right now and drive for days and still be in the same country. You can stop at like places on the way. The views go from like mountains to like beach to like desert, and there's just like so much adventure here. Like you can literally go to a different state so easily and be in a whole different place. In England, there's only so far we can drive before we're like in the water and we're in like France or something. I love the random diners you can stop off on road trips, and they're so like cool and, you know, American. And obviously we can't forget about the food. Oh my days, the food that we just saw in movies. Taco Bell. I don't even love Taco Bell, but it's still cool. Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, IHOP. Like you can literally go to buy pancakes in the middle of the night. It's open 24 hours. I haven't been to Waffle House yet. I want to try that. But there's all these different places and it's just like fun. And I know you should eat it in moderation because I've definitely gained weight since I've been here, but it's just so cool. Like I feel like Americans think it's normal, but like in England we have like McDonald's and that's kind of like our fast food option. It reminds me of like being at Disney World, being in America, because it's just like so cool. Another thing I love about America is like everyone has a dream or an aspiration and they believe that it's possible. Like there's no like ceiling. It feels like, you know, if you're like, yeah, I want to do, you know, a jewelry brand like I do, they're like, oh cool, like where can I get it? It's like not surprising to them. Whereas in England it's like, oh, good luck, mate, you know? Like they don't believe that it's gonna happen. It's kind of like limited in my experience. And here it's just like everyone's got dreams, everyone's supporting each other, everyone's kind of like, they believe that they can do anything they want. And that's one of my favorite things actually about being here is like I constantly feel inspired. I'm constantly learning. Like Uber drivers, I meet them and they're doing some cool side hustles, and it's probably an LA thing too. It just makes me really excited to meet different people, and whatever the media is saying about Americans, it's just so not accurate. I love it. It's my favorite place. I'm gonna do probably a part 2 because there's probably other things that I haven't said on this one. It is my absolute dream to be here. I thank God every day I wake up to be here. It is the best country in the world.
Dad has a message for the USA.
Americans, thank you for treating my daughter well and making the trip of her life. She keeps telling me how everyone was friendly and no one discriminated about her height. Any American is welcome in my house.
She described sitting on a plane going home, crying, not because anything had gone wrong, but because the trip itself was over and she knew what she was leaving behind.
Oh my God, you look like the 4th of July. It makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Which brings us back to Ireland and that mountain. After weeks of driving through America in an RV, taking in landscapes she called some of the most beautiful she'd ever seen in her life, she said something shifted permanently in the way she saw scale itself. For words, said by a woman standing in one of the most beautiful landscapes in Europe, still thinking about somewhere else entirely. That's the pattern running through every single one of these stories.
Oh my God, can you make a picture of me?
Why? Wait.
Because of
What?
it's a yellow school bus, like from the American movies.
Okay.
You know who's taken it? Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana.
Oh.
All people from High School Musical, I'm sure, and all Americans.
Yeah.
People never believe what I saw. Yes, like yellow. Yes, High School Musical, right? That's the happiest day of my life. Let's go.
Why do British people come to America and feel blown away? Let me put this into perspective. The entire United Kingdom is the size of Oregon, one state. So when we come to America, just the scale alone is so difficult for us to even comprehend. And then when every state, region, etc. feels like its own country and has its own culture and own style, its own identity, its own history, its own culture, it becomes like a fascination, well, for us specifically, to want to see more. Over the last 2 weeks, we have been very fortunate to be able to go from Lake Winnipesaukee, which is in New Hampshire, all the way down to Martha's Vineyard. And before anyone says anything, yes, we've been very fortunate to be able to stay with friends. The point is those two places are in one small region of the United States, a very beautiful region that I happen to live in. I do believe from a lot of comments that I've seen, it is an underrated region of the United States. But think about that for 1 second. Lake Winnipesaukee is peaceful, it's rustic, it's outdoorsy, nobody really cares what they look like, everyone's just very chill, it's mountains, it's forests, it's lake life. And then just a few hours away, you have obviously the Cape, but then Martha's Vineyard, and it just feels like you stepped into a completely different place. Doing that in a space of 2 weeks blows your mind. Beautiful beaches, coastal villages, and Native American history, a lot of African American history. Oak Bluffs in particular has a really rich African American history, which is so amazing to learn about. This is a history we knew very little about before visiting. I was very surprised to see how culturally diverse it was, and absolutely loved that surprise because it completely changed the way we saw the whole island. And I'll say it again, this is one very small region of America. Every trip that I take reminds me there's so much more to learn. So many Americans that I've met prefer to go on vacation outside of the US. They love going to Europe, and I totally understand that. But I get so many messages of people saying that I've influenced them or made them want to travel their own country more, and I think that is so amazing, and you should, because there's so much here for you to learn, for you to see.
So if you've experienced anything like this yourself, whether you're the visitor or the one doing the welcoming, tell us your version in the comments below. We read every single one, and some of the best stories in this series have started exactly there. If this hit home for you, hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find this. And subscribe, because there are a lot more of these stories still to come. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.